We have the pleasure of having a basically grounded MBot the entire book.
Yeah.
And not only is he grounded, he's also suffering from
Am I human syndrome?
Am I human syndrome?
Or am I
and
alive?
Severe anxiety. There's some major issues also with the fact that he rewrote his code to let Spin fly him, because now he's pulling this weird like momentary relapse situation whenever his code is fighting, you know, his it's kind of like a warning, like, yeah. And so let's talk a little bit about MBot. I mean, I'm worried out of my mind for him. He's one of my favorite characters. I do think, like Spencer, he's more than what he seems, especially because we don't understand a ton about Figment technology, old Figment technology, and us learning now a little bit about Figments. Even if he was AI, just straight up computer AI, I'm still worried about him. The technology that ship represented was humongous advantage.
But the good thing is, assuming Spencer gets back, she has MBot, and he can transfer that data, hopefully.
I mean, I'm worried about that shitty copy, and like the fact that we don't have technology like that anymore in this Husk. I'm sure it will turn out, because I mean, it is a story, and obviously there's ups and downs. But
now there's no restrictions on him sharing that information.
Right.
That
True.
he has. Because before it's like, I can't do it because my program's like,
right.
I can't share.
Right. Yeah, he did break that.
Click.
So let's talk about
rebooting.
Oh yeah. Oh man, sometimes I was getting so pissed at him. I was kind of like, why are you guys having this conversation in the middle of a fucking battle?
Yeah.
Right.
Stop. Stop having this conversation.
I remember there was one moment that I thought was funny, because like Spence's fighting. Or was this in the first? No, it was in this book. Spencer's like fighting, and MBot, and she's like, "We're in the middle of a battle. Can you focus up?" He's like, "I'm capable of thinking of all sorts of things at once." But I'm just like, "Yeah, but Spin isn't. Shut up. Stop asking her questions."
There you go. Yeah.
Think about it. Yeah, exactly. That's hilarious. But I do love that guy, and the advantage that having it's kind of like Iron Man and Jarvis, like hands down. It's like having just this like ideal, complete, basically OP computerized system helping you at every turn.
I was actually really, really worried for a little bit when she had to go to that training exercise without him.
You were thinking like, oh man.
I was like really worried. Like, I mean, I know that Spin is a really talented pilot, but how much is she so reliant on him that this isn't going to go well? Luckily, it ended up not really being a big factor, but it did worry me.
The good news is that MBot did have that regulation in place where he cannot fly himself.
Yeah.
So though he could help by like using his sensors and such, Spin did have to fly.
But she relies on that intel a lot in the past.
She does. And also the not only the intel, we know from book 1 how much better his like his grav gaps and
his gyro
like everything in him is better in essence.
Honestly, I'm glad that his ship form is gone.
Oh,
Not
really?
him, but he's still there.
Yeah.
But now Spencer doesn't have like a superpower besides the Saitan.
Besides her actual superpower.
And her amazing flying ability.
But that's a natural talent.
There you go.
Her flying
There you
ability.
go.
Yeah.
But she's on equal footing with like all other pilots.
Yeah.
When she gets back, she's got to use a normal ship and use her skills and a Saitanic ability to fight.
It'll be good for growth.
And this also means that MBot could be reassigned into a ship with destructors or weaponry, which is not something that we got to see previously.
Yeah.
Well, what did he have? He had the light lance.
Well, I think Andrew means that
MBot.
they can put his AI into other things.
Yeah.
And
Well, if he
fight.
can fly himself, holy shit, you might as well just upload him in anything that you want and have him go.
I wonder if some of those safeguards will transfer over, because he said that he transferred his code line by line. So hopefully they have the whole thing.
But he was able to break the safeguards because what he was doing is, while they were tearing him apart, he was trying to recode himself, and then at the end he was able to recode himself and then lie. It just took a long time because every time he started to do it, it would
shut him down.
But like the worry that I have is
but there's lots of safeguards. Is my point.
Yeah, there may
we don't know
more,
what exactly transferred over yet.
I'm also, as much as I love MBot, those safeguards are there for a very good reason.
Yeah.
And the reality is that you got to be careful about, like even some things that MBot says. Think about this, like, oh, and you're very crappy organic material, slow thought human, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, if you get that recopied enough times with somebody without the right experiences, and suddenly it's like, oh, these shitty organic humans.
Yeah.
So, like, as much as I love MBot, I mean, those safeguards are there for a reason, unless Figment technology is that he's more Figment than something else, which would make him a little different. But
More
it
of
is
a living
something
creature.
Right. I do worry about it a little bit because the AI thing is something that you just got to be careful with, regardless. If you have one good experience with an AI, it's like having a good experience with a human.
Yeah.
And a lot of humans can be great, but a lot of humans can be shitty.
Yeah,
it only takes one shitty, superpowered, overpowered AI thing to just wipe out
it's like,
all humanity.
You know, if Jeff was like the only human I had ever met, it's like, oh, see, humans aren't that bad. Humans are nice.
Right.
They give me liquor.
Right.
And then you go just meet some serial killer and it's like, oh, you're human. I know humans are good. But
big mistake.
here's one thing that I think is like really, really interesting. It's a little off topic, but not really, but it's on the AI topic. So I completely understand why Delvers would hate communications. They hate that it interferes with their like silence. Like they find it like really, really annoying, really bothersome. Like, oh my gosh, they're just like interrupting, you know, my flow.
Think about it if you were watching a movie and there was a baby crying constantly in the corner.
Yeah.
And then, well, actually, that's not even that much because you can kind of understand that because of the whole baby thing. But let's say like there's like a fire alarm going off.
Yeah. It's like,
and you're trying to watch a movie.
Why doesn't that turn off? Yeah. But here's my question. Why does AI set them off? That makes no sense to me.
I was thinking about that because that's one of the things I was thinking about too. Like, what's the big deal about AI? Why does that bring them there? But his computer system was faster than light. Oh,
that's right. It works off of the
there's like all his processes. Since it's a computer like nonstop, it's like 1,000 pinpricks at a second compared to like radio transfers and whatnot.
Right. So, with that then being said, do you guys think that even though the code is saved in this little mini bot, do you think that he's not going to become full MBot until he's back inside something that allows him to process like that?
That's what I think. I do think that, well, they did say when she went into the nowhere, he started to speed up. And as he got close to that, and he's like, suddenly I don't seem to be thinking like such a...
Started sounding like MBot again. It still
wasn't quite MBot even then.
Yeah.
So I think that the nowhere helps, but I think he's going to need some tech that uses that
Figment
kind of
tech.
I think it's psionic tech. It's almost like not quantum, but psionic tech, because he needs to be able to access that to use his true potential. I just hope that all the code translated, because
so there's one more thing I want to talk about with MBot.
Sure.
Was when Spencer found MBot at the end of the book, and she's like, "Oh, there was his hardware. They killed him."
Yeah.
Did they actually kill him? Because if King Crab's willing to throw a coup,
why wouldn't he not save it?
And like save it and like just like move it, like put that in safekeeping for now. Everyone thinks he destroyed it, and then in the next book there'll be a whole fleet of MBots.
Oh no!
Enemy MBots.
Oh my god! That would be pretty wild.
I mean, I would not put it beyond Whimsic, aka King Crab, as the Hitman has designated him.
He's already decided to summon Delvos.
Yeah.
And
what a risk.
Yeah. Overthrow the government.
Move.
Yeah.
So he's
definitely
why
gonna...
not take the AI?
Yeah.
Well, think about it. If they had a whole fleet of M-bots that he could bypass the thing that makes them not able to fly themselves,
Or just redirect them.
he could use them instead of the Cytonics to constantly redirect the Delvers to anywhere that he wants.
Wow.
Yeah. Good.
That'd be huge.
That would suck.
Yes.
There is definitely some open questions out. And Whimsic, by the way, I feel so bad for Kuna in a way, because Kuna kind of got it. Like, she was like, oh, or he, or it. I don't know.
Them.
They.
Refer to them as them.
Them. They were like, I see that there might be a purpose for having humans and aggression at some point. We do need some. They had some foresight there, and they would constantly yell at Whimsic for having short-sightedness. But I think when you know Whimsic's goals, it's actually a little bit more far-sighted than that, because he don't give a fuck about what you care about.
It's not that he's short-sighted, it's just that he's self-sighted.
He's self-sighted.
Self-sighted.
Exactly, yeah. Good way to put it. That's an awesome way to put it.
He's selfish-sighted.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm very worried about Mbot and his journey, and I'm excited for next book, because I think it'll be a journey of growth and stuff, but I personally don't think we're getting Mbot